You got field Negroes in America today. I'm a field Negro. The masses are the field Negroes. When they see this man's house on fire, you don't hear these little Negroes talking about our government is in trouble. They say the government is in trouble. Imagine a Negro, our government. I even heard one say our astronauts. They won't even let him near the plant. And our astronauts, our Navy, that's a Negro that's out of his mind. That's a Negro that's out of his mind. Just as the slave master in that day used Tom, the house Negro, to keep the field Negroes in check, the same old slave master today has Negroes who are nothing but modern Uncle Toms, 20th century Uncle Toms, to keep you and me in check, keep us under control, keep us passive and peaceful and nonviolent. That's Tom making you nonviolent. It's like when you go to the dentist and the man is going to take your tooth. You're going to fight him when he starts pulling. So they squirt some stuff in your jaw called Novocaine to make you think they're not doing anything to you. So you sit there, and because you got all that Novocaine in your jaw, you suffer peacefully. Blood running all down your jaw. And you don't know what's happening because someone has taught you to suffer peacefully. The white man do the same thing to you in the street. When he want to put knots on your head and take advantage of you and don't have to be afraid of you fighting back, to keep you from fighting back, he get these old religious Uncle Toms to teach you and me. They're just like Novocaine, suffer peacefully. Don't stop suffering, just suffer peacefully. As Reverend Cleave pointed out, let your blood flow in the streets. This is a shame. And you know he's a Christian preacher. If it's a shame to him, you know what it is to me. Because nothing in our book, the Quran, as you call it, Quran, teaches us to suffer peacefully. Our religion teaches us to be intelligent, be peaceful, be courteous, obey the law, respect everyone. But if someone puts his hand on you, send him to the cemetery. That's a good religion. In fact, that's that old-time religion. That's the one that Ma and Pa used to talk about. An eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth, and a head for a head, and a life for a life. That's a good religion. And then anybody, no one resents that kind of religion being taught but a wolf who intends to make you his meal. This is the way it is with the white man in America. He's a wolf, and you a sheep. Anytime a shepherd, a pastor, teach you and me not to run from the white man, and at the same time teach us don't fight the white man, he's a traitor to you and me. Don't lay down our life all by itself. No. Preserve your life. It's the best thing you got. And if you got to give it up, let it be even Stephen. The slave master took Tom and dressed him well and fed him well and even gave him a little education. Gave him a long coat and a top hat and made all the other slaves look up to him. Then he used Tom to control them. The same strategy that was used in those days is used today by the same white man. He take a Negro, so-called Negro, and make him prominent, build him up, publicize him, make him a celebrity, and then he becomes a spokesman for Negroes and a Negro leader.
Salaam Alaikum. Mr. Moderator, our distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, our friends and our enemies.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live!
Bismillah wa salatu wa salam Rasulullah wa ba'd. In the name of Allah, and may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon his last and final messenger. Family, friends, foes, haters, and hatettes, welcome back, baby. To the Feachaz, I greet you all in peace and love and no hatred in my heart. Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So before we begin, please like, please subscribe, and please share. As you know, we got a hella haters up in here, family. And family, this topic is something that we've been talking about for a long time, about your alleged Islamic da'is taking far right stances and trying to convince you that Islam is somehow compatible with white supremacy. These infiltrators, these interpolators, these folks who come out with their thobes and their beards and eloquent speech, these fork-tongued traitors all over the internet trying to convince you that Zadie and them are somehow righteous. And unsurprisingly, we got another one. So like, subscribe, share. Let me see ones in the chat if y'all can hear me. We are coming in hot. Make sure you share this one. Because this one is going to be one for the ages, family. So, family, look at here. Every prophet was sent to their own nation, correct? All of them, without exception. They were all sent to their own nation, their own people. And every prophet, when they were sent to their own people, their own nation, always faced resistance from the very people they were sent to, correct? The first people that the prophets, all of them, the very first people that they would fight would be their own people. It would be their own, including when it comes to warfare and shedding blood. They would fight their own people. But you have these alleged Muslim da'is. I say one more again. They are alleged Muslim da'is who make their names and careers in the black community, mind you, because we are the largest convert community. We are the largest in terms of numbers. The black community, in terms of the Muslim numbers, it's us. It's black folk. They always start off there. And you never see them warning their own people about their own wickedness and their own evil and their own racist ways, but they're always in our community telling us about, Nation of Islam and blackness and races. There's no racism in Islam, all kind of nonsense, all kind of craziness, madness. They out here telling us there's no racism in Islam while practicing overt racism. But I digress. Instead of going to their own people, making dawah to their own people, their own racist people, they would rather come to our community. Because, black people, we're very accepting. We accept everybody. We can't just look at somebody and just hate them because of the way they look. That's never happened in history. And rather than call their people away from their wicked ways, they protect them. They coddle them. They excuse them. They try to align them with the very same people they oppress, justifying their oppression, trying to make the oppressor equal with the oppressed. But they don't just stop there. They accuse the actual oppressed people of having a victim mentality. So the ones who do not have an ounce or an aura of humanity get humanized. These ones who raze entire towns to the ground, who steal land, steal human beings, steal babies, them folk, they get humanized. And the very same people that they continue to dehumanize, whether through pseudoscience, eugenics, war profiteering, seizure of land, slavery through colonization, slavery through mass deportation, slavery through mass incarceration, and on and on and on and on and on. All these folks that they continue to this very day to dehumanize, these already thoroughly dehumanized folks, people, are deemed as the ones who are oppressors and to have victim mentality. Somebody make it make sense. Somebody make it make sense. The one who's, they claim that the ones who are getting oppressed, not only are they oppressors, but they also have a victim mentality. Living, walking contradictions. Family, they want you not to believe your lying eyes. Don't believe your lying eyes about Palestine. Don't believe your lying eyes about the Congo, about the Sudan, about Libya, about Yemen, about the colonization projects in Haiti, in South America, in Africa, in every black ghetto in the West. Don't believe your lying eyes. Don't believe your actual lived experience. Don't believe that. Believe the ones who have meticulously engineered this system of white supremacy and are painstakingly trying to keep this house of cards standing with crazy Lugu. Believe them. Believe those lying devils. Pardon me. Family. Propaganda is warfare, okay? And in the age of social media, the weapons of warfare are plentiful and inexpensive. The reason why all your favorite social media platforms are free is because the product is the minds of the end user and the participants of these platforms. So you spend hours and hours and hours investing in your own indoctrination, so much so that the things and the people which Allah very clearly hate, and I mean very clearly hate, you love. What do you mean, Bilal? When Allah has made clear who your enemy is, and the enemy of Allah himself has made clear who he is, then anyone who sides with them is also making it clear who they are. So in our time, there is no more ambiguity. There is no more nuance. There is no more, benefit of the doubt. If you take a side, you have clearly taken a side. You have clearly taken a side, and either you take the side of those who are fighting oppression, or you take the side of the oppressor. There's no more gray areas anymore. That's all done. It's done. In our time, is there any clearer enemy of Allah than the white supremacist? Is there any more clearer enemy of Allah than that? Those in the literal sense have taken up the mantle of Iblis himself, declaring the superiority over all mankind, simply based on the way that Allah created them. But don't stop there. They claim, these white supremacists claim to be the gods of the earth, whether through ordering the worship of baby white Jesus, like the Christians and them, okay? Or being the epitome of human perfection, like the atheists have force-fed all of humanity through the theory of evolution, correct? But don't stop there. But every dealing they have ever had economically, politically, socially, religiously, scientifically, has been positioned to ensure their permanent dominance over the darker skinned people of the earth. But don't stop there, family. But every white supremacist has expressed, and I mean all of them, okay? They have expressed their disdain for Islam itself. All of them. And the only time they mention anything positive about Islam is only to drum up support for their internal alleged white supremacist civil war, which they have against European Jews. And these European Jews, they also claim to be God's children. Them too. They believe they can claim to be God's children, God's chosen people, all kind of stuff. You can't make this stuff up. So how is it that anyone could possibly be a supporter of Donald Trump and the new white supremacists, same as the old white supremacists, okay? The new white supremacists, same as the old white supremacists, and their fascist regime, and claim in the same breath, the same mouth, the same sentence, to be a believer in Allah and the last day, all at the same time. All at the same time. This is the very definition of impossibility. It's not a possibility at all. Y'all hearing me? The very first leader, world leader that is, that Donald Trump invited to the White House in his second term here, who was it, family? Somebody put it in the chat. Where my day ones at? Who was the very first alleged leader that Donald Trump invited to the White House? The first one, before he invited anybody. Do y'all know who it is? Who knows who it is? You guys are awake, right? Who knows who it is? The very first leader, world leader, that Donald Trump invited to the White House just happened to be Benjamin Netanyahu. Who was it? Benjamin Netanyahu. Benjamin Netanyahu, who has an arrest warrant out on him by the ICC. Mind you, we talked about the Muslims for Trump campaign several times on this channel. We talked about it before the election, we talked about during the election, and we talked about it after the election. Okay, we talked about it a lot. It's on the channel. But one of the things that we mentioned about the Muslims for Trump, that sector of MAGA, is that they expressed that they were going for Trump because, and I'm quoting here, because he promises peace. That's what they said. It's on the channel, y'all. Okay, they said he promises peace. Remember that, family? Family, was his promise of peace the truth or a lie? Somebody put in the chat, please. Was his promise of peace the truth or a lie? Donald Trump, he invites Netanyahu, okay? Then he sends Israel billions, not once, but twice. He only been president since January, family. He already sent Israel in between January and now is May, right? $12 billion. The first time he sent it to $7 billion, the second time he sent $5 billion. But not only did he do this twice, he sidestepped Congress in order to do it. So he basically sent Netanyahu and the Zionists over there $12 billion worth of armaments, and who knows what else, because that's all we know, because he sidestepped in Congress in order to do that, to bring peace for who? The Palestinians. These 12 billions of arms for Zionists are doing what? Bringing peace to Palestinians. That's what they're doing. During Donald Trump's meeting with Netanyahu, he said that the U.S. would, and I'm quoting here, take control of Gaza. That's a direct quote. And it would be, and I'm quoting, transformed into the Riviera of the Middle East. That's a quote. That's a direct quote. Okay? Its Palestinian inhabitants would be ejected to Jordan and Egypt. That's what he said. Remember, we had all kinds of questions at that time for allegedly Tom Fakini. Remember? It's on the channel, okay? That's what he said. He said all this live to the delight of Netanyahu and the full support of Zionists internationally, right? He said it while he was there in front of Benjamin Netanyahu. He said all this. All this he said. A month later, he walks it back because he's a liar, the liar that he is. He walks it back, right? He says in March that, he doesn't want to, eject Palestinians from Palestine and whatnot. Well, all his lies. He lies. All he does is lie, right? But I digress. He then later walks it back in March, right? And then some rich desert Arabs give him a palace plane, and he goes up with a new plan: send the Palestinians to Libya. That's stupid. That's his new plan. Okay, send the Palestinians to Libya. But that's neither here nor there. The question is all of this coming from someone who is truthful or a liar? Somebody put it in the chat, please. Somebody put it in the chat. Is all of this coming from somebody who is truthful or a liar? That's the real question. That's the real question. Anyways, family, in light of all this evidence, and there is so much more. So much more. Okay, we don't have enough time to get into everything. Okay, Donald Trump, who sent the U.S. military, all this happened in the same term, mind you, between January and now. Okay, he sent the U.S. military to quell the Houthis from blockading Israeli supply vessels. Donald Trump, who unilaterally sent $12 billion of U.S. taxpayer-funded armaments to Israel. Donald Trump, who advised Netanyahu, who he can do whatever he wants to the Palestinians. Donald Trump, who is trying to impose the expulsion of native Palestinian population from their land. And we're trying not to get to cut off here, okay? Because you know how these folks, they like to cut us off, but we're trying to be careful. But it's all this is in the news, right? Is this a pro-peace president or a pro-genocide president? Somebody put it in the chat, please. Is this somebody who's pro-peace or pro-genocide? Inquiring minds need to know. Furthermore, is there anything that Donald Trump says that can be trusted to be and believed to begin with? This man does nothing but lie. He is a lie. His essence is a lie. We talked about this before, right? About the Bible, right? There's a verse in the Bible when Jesus is talking to the Jews, and they claim, just like the Jews of today, they claim to be the descendants of Abraham, right? And then Jesus tells them, if your father was Abraham, then you would love me. But rather, your father is the devil. He was a liar and a murderer in the beginning. You see, Donald Trump is exactly like that. But it's not just that he's a liar. He is the lie. His essence is the lie. When you look at his hair is a lie. That's not his hair, that's a lie. When you look at his skin is a lie. That's not his skin, it's a lie. His suit is a lie. The weight on his scale is a lie. Everything about him is a lie. All of it. If he was outside today, live on camera, on a bright sunny day, and we can clearly see, judging by what has been shown on our screens, that it's apparently bright and sunny, and he said with his mouth, oh, what a bright and sunny day, I would still not believe him. I would not believe him until I verified it first. Because the whole essence of the lie. He's a devil. Okay? He's a liar, he's a criminal, and he's a corrupt opportunist. And even genocide isn't off the table for him. So how is it that he feels brave and smart enough to accuse the South African president, Cyril Ramaphosa, of an imaginary white genocide in South Africa? Family, which country is the only country that took Israel to the ICC on genocide charges and won? Which country is that? Which country was that? Wasn't it South Africa? Was it not South Africa? The U.S. armed its little baby to carry out a genocide. The whole world is watching this genocide in horror, mind you. The whole world is behind the Palestinian people and supports the Palestinian people because of this genocide. The whole world is watching these Zionists, white supremacist Zionists, dismember and massacre and obliterate men, women, children, elderly, you name it. Homes, masajid, hospitals. There's nothing's off the table for these folks. They kidnap random Palestinians. The Palestinians get called prisoners. When the Palestinians retaliate, they call their people hostage. These are the devils we're dealing with. These are some highly charged devilish people. And Donald J. Trump has the audacity to try to ambush Cyril Ramaphosa and accuse the president of South Africa of an imaginary genocide. So would you think that with that little bit of information alone, that a self-respecting claimant, we have to say claimant, because they just claim the thing, okay? That a self-respecting claimant of Islam would never, ever side with such an obvious pharaoh of our time, which now brings us to Farooq Post. Now, Farooq Post, if y'all who don't know him, is allegedly Dr. Farooq Post, who studied in in Saudi Arabia, okay? And he came back, what did he do? Of course, he got his name, basically supported within the black community, like they all do, okay? I'm trying to say it like that. But that's just the game. That's just the hustle. That's just how it works. Okay? 1 second, family. 1 second, y'all. Let's see if we're still here. Okay, we good. Okay. All right. Because sometimes YouTube, when we start talking like that, they cut us off. All right? So we got to be really, real careful. We're gonna be really, really, really careful because we get shut down a lot, right? So I'm seeing here that it's going a little bit funky, right? So I got to be real careful here, y'all. Okay. So, anyways, I digress. Farooq Post, Dr. Farooq Post, that is, right? He wanted to post something on his Facebook. Do y'all want to see what Dr. Faruq Post posted on his Facebook. Who wants to see it, y'all? 1 second, family. Let me get it for y'all. 1 second. Let's go. So I'm going to show y'all what he posted. 1 second, family. That's one of his posts, by the way, right? But we're going to get to that in a minute. Watch this, y'all.
But we are starting with this whiteness. We are cutting the throat of whiteness. Shoot to kill Yamaza. Kill the brewer, the farmer. Kill the brewer, the farmer. Pa, pa, pa. Shoot to kill Yamaza. But we are starting with this whiteness. We are cutting the throat.
Shoot to kill. Kill the Boar. Shoot to kill. Oh, man. Oh, man. Man, I hope Julius Malema, he becomes Muslim, man.
Ladies and gentlemen.
But anyways, that's what he posted. And you saw there, well, let me just show you one more again, right? I'm going to show you again. 1 second, family. Let me just go back. All right. That he accused, Cyril Ramaphosa of lying. That's what he accused him of. Right? Look what he said. Right? Caught lying red-handed. That's his writing right there. Caught lying red-handed. That's what he said. Okay? He's spreading a post from Kim Guilfoyle, whatever that name is. Kimberly Guilfoyle, that's Donald Trump's ex-girlfriend, ex-fiance, mind you. Out of all the people in the dunya he could spread from. That's the post he's spreading. So folks like this, when they start doing this stuff, when they start posting this stuff, there is no debating or arguing because they're not trying to find the truth. They're already pushing an agenda. That's what they're doing. They're pushing an agenda. And his agenda is very clearly and obviously an alt-right white supremacist agenda. And we're talking about Farooq Post here. Now let's get into, real quickly, just for the benefit of the audience, about the kill the Boer. Let's get into that. What is kill the Boer? What is that? Let me pull this up, y'all. 1 second, family. One second, family. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. All right, here we go. 1 second. Okay. So this is from Al Jazeera, okay? This is an older article, actually. It's not too old, but it's like not from this one. Kill the Boer, the anti-apartheid song must ties to white genocide. Musk and Rubio claimed it's a call to kill white South African farmers. Is it? Okay, so the date here. Oh, they changed the date. Okay, well, no problem. It's March 26, 2025. Okay, Elon Musk has again waded into South African politics, tweeting on Saturday about a major political party that has actively promoting white genocide. Okay, he's talking about the EFF. He's talking about Julius Malema and the EFF. Okay, EFF is the what is it called? The EFS is the Economic Freedom Fighters, okay? Sharing a link to the video of Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, leader Julius Malema, singing Double Huna, killed the Boar, killed the Boar, at a rally on Friday. Must express outrage at the whole arena chanting about killing white people, okay? U.S. President Donald Trump, who counts the Musk world's richest man as a close ally, to share the screenshot of the post in True Social. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio penned his own tweet denouncing the song as a chant that incites violence. Can you believe the audacity of these people? Can you believe the audacity of these crackers? Can you believe that these are the people that are right now, as we speak, separating families, just kidnapping random folks, shipping them to shipping them to where's El Salvador, is it? Right? Shipping them to El Salvador and stuff. These folks. Sending arms to Israel. Sending armies to Yemen, and they have the audacity. They are the ones who basically spearheaded this violence going on in Haiti. They have the nerve to say that this chant incites violence against white South Africans. Use the South African government to protect Afrikaner and other disfavored minorities. What? These guys are so audacious. They are outrageously audacious. And reiterating an invitation to Afrikaners to settle in the U.S. But what is the song, and what does it have to do with modern interpretation? Does it constitute hate speech? Who is Julius Malema? And why is Trump administration so concerned about South Africa? What is the song called? Song all about? It's called I can't pronounce it. It's South Africa, okay? Struggle song, Dubul Ibnu, which literally means, translates to kill the Boer. It also can mean kill the Afrikaner, which emerged during the 1980s, okay? The song emerged when? During the 1980s, as opposition to more than 3 decades of apartheid rule. Spilled onto the streets of South Africa's townships. The title of the song is often translated as "Kill the White Farmer." Boer is an Afrikaans word for farmer, and on one level, it simply means farmer of any race. But since the 19th century, the Britons fought 2 wars against the Boers. It has also meant Afrikaans persons. The song's lyrics essentially repeat the title's words, "shoot the Boer," and add infinitum to describing the Boers as cowards and dogs. It was a part of the theater of the mass insurrection, and said the historian Tula Simpson. That's how it's remembered to this day. Simpson added the song is almost accompanied with the toying, a protest dance that always remains synonymous with black political rallies in South Africa, and is often punctuated by people pretending to shoot Kalashnikov rifles. Pretending to shoot. You see, let me tell y'all something about white folks. White folks like nonviolence as long as you are nonviolent against them. But to every other people group on the planet, it is never nonviolence. The same crackers, these folks, they're so audacious. These are the same folks that inoculated black South Africans by the millions with HIV, calling it wellness shots. Them folks. These folks who never entered as an inch of African land except that they slaughtered the inhabitants, caused mass destruction, caused civil war. These folks. This song, Kill the Boar, is calling to just about as much genocide as Public Enemy's Fight the Power is. That's what it is. It's Fight the Power. It's a Fight the Power song, okay? Ain't no white South Africans getting genocided anywhere on the earth. We can see with our own eyes, daily, mind you, the images of a fully fledged genocide going on right now in Palestine. A full-fledged genocide going on in Palestine. We see that with our own eyes. We see with our own eyes story after story after what's going on in the Congo, what's going on in Sudan. Eyewitness testimony, video footage. What's going on in Libya? Video footage, eyewitness testimony. Where is the video footage and eyewitness testimony of these alleged Afrikaners being genocided? Allegedly. Here comes Farooq Post to run defense for the genociders. That's what he does. He's running defense for the genociders. But I digress. Let's keep watching, y'all. Let's go back. Despite being extremely controversial, the song continues to sung by democratic South Africa, most notably by Malema and the former president Jacob Zuma. His version is quite different, but both of whom have left the African National Congress, the ANC. That's Nelson Mandela's former party. The party Nelson Mandela and the Liberation Movement to form their own parties. The ANC, which has ruled in South Africa since the first democratic election in 1994, has seen its support plummet in recent years, and amid allegations of corruption, misgovernance, and broken promises, last year it lost its majority for the first time and is now ruling in coalition with the range of parties who have long opposed its policies. Let me tell you something, right? We love Nelson Mandela, okay? We love him, okay? But you cannot expect that the white supremacist is somehow going to use give up their power to a black African without an economic agenda for white Afrikaners on the line. And it's been that way since 1994. Mind you, South Africa was in economic, turmoil because the whole world boycotted South Africa because of apartheid. The whole world protested against South Africa because of apartheid and what they were doing to black South Africans. They were in dire straits. They needed a solution. And they did what white supremacists do. And they propped up a black person in a puppet position to pacify the masses while holding on tightly to their economic stranglehold that they had on the local population. So now, since the ANC has lost power, the ruling parties have now been trying to introduce laws that will economically empower the black natives of South Africa. And here come Elon Musk talking about white genocide. That's what all that is about. And I challenge anybody to come with proof other than a song. A song is not genocide. A song is a song. We have songs in the black community that cannot be confused with anything but genocide. Okay? Listen to rap music for about a week. Can't tell me nothing. And then Farooq Post has the audacity and the nerve to bypass all of Donald Trump's misgivings and wickedness and evil, just hop, skip, and jump over that to accuse Cyril Ramaphosa of lying, and while he wasn't even lying. This is why we say folks like this you don't argue with them. You don't debate them. They've already taken a clear side. Why are you trying to debate someone like this for? Their side is obvious. If they wanted the truth, they would spread the truth. How do you bypass a lying freak like Donald Trump to accuse the president of South Africa of committing an imaginary genocide while Donald Trump is involved in one of the most well-documented genocides in human history? How do you just jump, hop, and skip over that? But I digress, family. Let's look at some of Farooq Post, shall we? Okay. Y'all think I'm tripping. I'm not tripping. The dude is a MAGA supporter. He's all in on fascism. He is all in on the white supremacy, fascism, all that. Farooq Post. Somebody tag him. Somebody tell him the Feachaz talking about you, Farooq Post. Somebody tell him. Somebody call him. Somebody say congratulations, Farooq Post. You made the Feachaz radar. You put on the Feachaz radar now. Let's look, family. If you think I'm tripping, watch this, y'all. This is from Farooq Post, his Facebook, not mine. Nobody forced him to put all this stuff on here. Look here. Look what he said. Just like Edu from the Dean Show is all in on MAGA, Farooq Post the same way. He's posting it on all people on the dunya. RFK Jr., the MMR vaccine that we currently use has millions of particles that were created from aborted fetal tissues, millions of DNA fragments. This is what we posting. Mind you, I'm against the vaccine as well, but I'd be like, you better call a mental asylum if you see me posting anything from RFK Jr. You must be tripping. I would never, ever. I didn't take the vaccine, okay? I didn't take the COVID vaccine. None of that. Those of you who talk to me, you know. But you think I'm going to be quoting RFK Jr.? You must be tripping. Look at here. Look what he posting on his Facebook, y'all. I wish people would have questioned Fauci as much as they questioned who? Elon? Oh, and look who he's sharing. All of these far right platforms. 94.3 The Talker. Far right platforms he's quoting. He's putting on his own Facebook. Farooq Post, family. Doctor, allegedly, Dr. Farooq Post. Let's keep watching, y'all. This is from Brother Boar. Boar, he put him out there on Facebook. So Farooq Post, he responds to Boar. Boar, he goes, yes, war has been going on. Not my point posting this. The point posting is that South African president lied and got caught red-handed lying. Do you know what he's calling the lie? He's calling the lie Julius Malema singing "Kill the Boer." Shoot to kill. Everybody, kill the Boer. Everybody, come on, sing it with me. Shoot to kill the. Sing it with me, family. Shoot to kill. That's what he's saying. It's a lie. That's what he's saying. A lie. Julius Malema singing "Shoot to kill." So who's the liar then? Who's the real liar? Is it the president of South Africa or is it Farooq Post? Who's the real liar, family? Who's the real liar? Look at here. The liar got caught red, and all liars should be put on the spot no matter who they are. This is Farooq Post saying this. The liar got caught red-handed. You know, President Trump is completely free of Faruq. Go to his Facebook right now. You won't catch Farooq Post accusing any white supremacist lying. And as a matter of fact, let's go back here. He said the liar should be put on the spot no matter what, but he is out here running defense for Elon Musk. Another notorious liar. An absolutely notorious liar. Elon Musk, who called Social Security the biggest Ponzi scheme in history. Elon Musk is the most prolific welfare queen in the history of mankind. His whole business model is to secure government contracts funded by the American taxpayer, but he's calling the Social Security a Ponzi scheme. So he is out there getting rid of all social safety networks to free up money for tax cuts for him and other billionaires. And you believe that Farooq Post is concerned about some South African president lying somewhere? You must be tripping. If you believe that, then I got a bridge to sell you somewhere, okay? Look at here. It gets way worse than that, family. It gets way worse. Look at here. It's about truth, not tribalism. You can't make this crap up. Farooq Post, y'all. It's about truth, not tribalism. That's what he's saying. It's not me. It's about truth, not tribalism. Why not affirm that the president of South Africa lied? What did he lie about? Is there a genocide going on in South Africa, white South Africans? Bring the proof. Let us see it. And when you can't bring the proof and you don't have the proof, and then will you call yourself the liar? As is clear in the video.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
You can't make this stuff up. What we saw in the video is Julius Malema saying, kill the Boar. That's what we saw. We didn't say no genocide. What are you talking about? You must be tripping. This is clear in your bias of facts based on skin color, sir, not mine. You got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Farooq Post. The original issue of the post was exposing South Africa president dishonestly. Period. And yes, I'm saying yes or no to pose a simple question, which he ran from and got busted. What was the simple question? Is there a genocide going on in South Africa? The answer is no. So he didn't run from it. Nor was the issue of the post contest negate the fact that and whatever, right? But it gets worse, okay? It gets worse. It gets continuously worse, family, okay? This Farooq Post, family. This Farooq Post. Nobody forced him to write this stuff. Your point is totally missing the context and purpose of the post, which is clear to all. No, it's not clear to all, right? What is clear to us is that you side with white supremacists because you happen to be a white supremacist. And you want to hide behind Islam and your beard and your thobe and behind other black folk, your other black imams and friends on Facebook and whatnot, to hide your white supremacy. You can't do it no more. Those days are finished. Those days are finished. South African president was dishonest, plain and simple, and he never saw the monitor or papers coming as proof of his dishonesty. Can you imagine Farooq Post, alleged doctor, alleged doctor, can see Donald Trump, the most untalented liar and prolific liar in modern times. He just bypassed all the lies of Donald Trump Many of them, which we already talked about, okay, peace for Palestinians, all kind of stuff, right? All that stuff, and actual genocide being funded by Donald Trump unilaterally, mind you. He just bypassed all of that to go to this, right? Now look at the last one, family. This is the worst one right here, right? All the president of South Africa had to do was say, yes, there is killing going on. You can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Let's gas Donald Trump. Donald Trump, are you funding killing in Palestine right now? Ask him. Are you funding the killing of Yemenis right now? Did you just recently send your army, your navy to go and slaughter Yemenis, innocent Yemenis, to make sure that Israel has a caravan of supplies to go to Israel? Did you just do that? It wouldn't have any of the real pull from. There is no white genocide going on, Farooq Post. You're the liar. You are the liar. Farooq Post is a liar. Farooq Post is the liar. There's no way that he's a doctor, PhD, whatever, and he didn't take the time to look this up. I'm positive he looked it up. I'm positive he didn't find anything. And I'm positive that he took this position anyways, and he took this position because he is a white supremacist. That's all it comes down to. No PhD would put his PhD on the line just like that for no reason. They would respect their PhD unless there is an underlying agenda which they support, and he supports the agenda of Trump. And if you don't believe me, look at his Facebook. We already showed you some of the MAGA stuff on his Facebook. He just like Eddie. Eddie from the Dean Show. Eddie from the Dean Show the same way. He want to hide behind his interviews behind Lyle Phillips and Abu Hassan, all kind of stuff, and then push MAGA agendas, white supremacist agendas, all in the same breath. He is who he is. I would expect him to do the same to Trump if he was lying as well. You got to be kidding me. You don't even expose Trump lies, okay? You don't even expose Trump lies. You expect us to believe that you would expose Trump lies?
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no.
You must be tripping. Farooq Post. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse, okay? All of this is not in Abu Boar's Facebook family, okay? Yes, war has been going on. Not my point of posting this. Opposing South African red-handed. We already posted this. We already said this. Whole point is showing how too many foreign presidents. Listen what he said. This is crazy what he just said here. Listen what he said. Wallahi, if I didn't see it with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it. This came from Farooq Post family. Somebody tag him. Somebody ask him about this. Somebody refer him to this video. The whole point of posting this is to show how many foreign presidents and leaders try to lie to U.S. presidents, okay? Look here, look what he say. This time, they got the rug pulled right from under them. South African president got caught lying red-handed. Trump put him on the spot. But wait, there's more. There's even more. You cannot make this stuff up, family. Does anybody believe that Farooq Post is concerned about the truth? I don't know why these brothers calling it esteemed brother. Anyways, I never thought esteemed brother and down here in the U.S. with Islamic knowledge could prove to go pro MAGA. You haven't watched the features. That's why, Brother Raheem. Much love, Brother Raheem Kirkland, but you just haven't watched features. That's all. That's all that is. You haven't seen the features. That's why you got that problem. Okay. Look here, Farooq Post. I am pro-truth and justice, and it's about time, look at here, oh boy, it's about time the USA has a leader who puts the people in their places when they lie. Who is this leader you talking about, family?
This is a sick Negro.
Who's the leader you talking about? He talking about Donald Trump. That's the leader he's talking about. The leader that he is giving props to, the leader that's putting the foreign leaders in their place is Donald Trump. Even Raheem Kirkland is shocked. He's stunned. Trump is the leader whom you speak. He's shocked. He's stunned. He can't believe what he's seeing. Farooq Post. All this Farooq Post, family. People outside the USA always look at Americans as dumb, gay, stupid, and gullible. Look at it. Look what he say. Look what he say. Hopefully things will get a little better with this guy in office. Only time will tell. Oh my God.
Do you believe that the Lord tonight has set you free?
Yes, sir.
Turn around and tell those people. Tell them. I'm not gay no more. I am delivered.
Thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you. We're not gay anymore. We're delivered. This is too crazy, y'all. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to tell y'all. Right? I don't know what to tell y'all, but, we've been warning about this for a long time. We've been telling y'all for a long time about this. And Farooq Post, he's not a victim. He's not a victim. He is what he is. And now, those of y'all who are calling us crazy, you got nowhere to hide anymore because you can't be any clearer than that. And even still, let's say, for example, that song, Killed the Boar, is a pro-genocide song. Let's say, for example, that's the case. Okay? We're gonna say that's the case. It's a pro-genocide song. They're talking about genocide in white South Africans and stuff. Let's say that's what's going on. Okay? How do you genocide an oppressor? How do you do that? You can't genocide an oppressor. They're the oppressor. They come in, stealing your land, killing your babies, raping your woman, raping your children, blowing your babies to smithereens. Then finally, Allah helps you with some armaments and some backbone and some tawheed. And then you kill them and you take your land back and you take your children back and you take your wealth back and you slaughter them, the slaughtering of Ad and Thamud. That is not genocide. That is self-defense. Don't let these crackers fool you. They want you to be peaceful. They don't want to be peaceful. It's never peace when it comes to talking to you. It's only peace to talking about them. Look at how Donald Trump talk about Haitians today. Look what he's doing to Haitians. Look what he's doing to South Americans today, right now as we speak. Right now as we speak, we have political prisoners, Palestinian and Arab political prisoners who went to pro-Palestine protests and stuff in prison. That's what it is for you. They want you to be peaceful. They are not peaceful people. They are pure demons. And Farooq Post has clearly and blatantly taken the side of a pure demon. Don't be confused. Let me ask y'all something. when Prophet Muhammad say something, when he got finished fighting against Banu Qurayza, when this tribe of Jews, when he was in Medina and whatnot, they had a pact, right? The Muslims and the Jewish tribes of Medina, they had a protection pact that they would protect each other from the mushrikeen of Quraysh and Mecca and things of this nature. They had a protect. They signed everything. We're going to protect you. You're going to protect us. Blase, blase, blase. Okay? So there's a pact between them. Okay? It was Banu Qurayza, after they signed in ink that they would protect the Muslims and they would seek the Muslims protection from the from the Qurayshi tribes, the Mushrikin. They were the ones who went behind the backs of the Muslims, made a side deal with the Mushrikeen of Mecca to wipe out the Muslims, totally wipe them out. And they fought against the Muslims and they lost. They fought against the Muslims and they lost. So they, being the snakes that they are, they know the Prophet Muhammad says to them, they know he's a merciful. So they go to the Prophet Muhammad and they say, please, let our brother, because one of the Jews, I can't remember his name, y'all can remind me of the story, but one of the people from their tribe converted to Islam, and they say, let him rule for us, let him decide for us. And they said, okay, I'm going to let him decide for you. You know what the person from their tribe decided? Because he's knowledgeable in their book, he said that your punishment is that you must be expelled, and the men of age of purity, all of them are to be killed, and you are to be expelled from the land. Why? Because that is the law in their book, okay? So guess what happened? All those men, all of them, puberty age and up, they were wiped out, and they were expelled from that land. All of them. Let me ask y'all something. Did Donald Trump say to the Muslims for Palestine, he's going to be for peace for Palestine? Did he not say that? Did he not say that? And did he then go behind the Muslims' backs after he got into office and unilaterally give the Israeli Zionist regime $12 billion worth of armaments to continue the slaughter of Palestinians in Palestine? Did he not do that? Did he not do that? Yes or no? So let me ask you, should it be peace for people like this? Is it peace for how do you genocide somebody? You can't. Even by their own laws, they know what they should face. And this is why they fear black folks so much. Because they know what they've done to the rest of the world. And they are looking for ways to maintain their power and the control over the darker-skinned people of the world. And how do they do that except through oppression and infiltration and treachery and lying? And this is how they do it. So even if you wanted to, you couldn't genocide a genocider. What are you talking about today? What are you saying today? Those folks who don't have a social contract that they keep. If the Boers were being expelled today, then so what? Who would shed a tear? Who would bat an eyelash? They are the invaders. They are the looters. They are the rapers. They are the pillagers, and not the opposite way around. Farooq Post, He is the type of person to say and emphasize that the devil told the truth if it fits his agenda. What do you mean? Remember that there's a hadith where the Prophet says to them, he was told about the people who was basically guarding the war booty. I can't remember what it was. One of the Sahaba was guarding the war booty, and a man came 3 nights trying to steal. Third night he came and tried to steal. Right? Third night he came and tried to steal, and the person said, "No, I'm going to take you to the Hassan. I'm going to take you to the Prophet." Say something. He said, "No, I'm going to tell you something, and I promise you, if I tell you this, right, just leave me alone and blah blah blah. Let me go." He said, "Okay, what are you going to tell me?" He said, this person said that if you recite Ayatul Kursi in the night, it will protect you from the shaitan into the morning. He said, "Okay, I'll let you go." So, this is a popular story. It's a popular hadith. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Anyways, the Prophet ﷺ, long story short, the Prophet ﷺ was told the story by the companion. And he said, the Prophet ﷺ said, this person told the truth, but he's a liar. For verily, this is shaitan. Shaitan is the one who told you this about the Ayatul Kursi. So what do we understand? We understand that this one time, shaitan, he told the truth, correct? But we also understand that shaitan is a liar. Farooq Post is the type of person to emphasize the truthfulness of shaitan. That's what he's like. He's the type of person that he will emphasize that this person told the truth if it proves his agenda. Just like the racist white supremacists before him. The whole delivery is naturally mendacious. That means for the slow Negroes in the back, he's a deceitful liar, okay? That's what it means. His whole spiel is just mendacious, deceitful. It's from the beginning. He pretends to be with you, but the entire time he's the MAGA operative. You get it? That's just who he is. Nobody forced him to write all that stuff. He did that on his own volition. This is an alleged doctor. Who puts their PhD on the line for Donald Trump? The only reason why you would do that is if you are a white supremacist. You get it? That's the only reason why you would do that. Family, links in the chat. If anybody wants to hop in, we'll let you in, inshallah, but we're going to call him. I'm losing my voice here. This live, I think, was one of the more fire lives that we did. Somebody tag him. Somebody please tag him. Somebody please tag him. Let him spread to the world the Afrikaners getting killed, getting slaughtered, their babies, their mamas, their wives, let him show to the world, just like it's happening in Sudan, just like it's happening in Palestine. He don't got nothing on his Facebook about Palestine, Sudan, but he dang sure gonna coddle some white supremacist Afrikaner somewhere. He damn sure gonna do that. Y'all hearing me? He is who he is. You know what, family? We're going to have to do this some other time, man. If y'all came in late to the show, you better catch it from the beginning, because I'm telling you, this live is life-changing. Don't forget to support the channel, family. We have been getting in a lot of... how you say, like, basically dinged by YouTube quite a bit because of the stuff that we cover here, right? So I'm trying to be very, very, very careful, right? So make sure you support it on Patreon, support it on buy me a coffee, support it on PayPal, whatever you can, right? And inshallah, we'll probably come on again sometime later on this week. But make sure you like, subscribe, share as well. And free the land, beloved, free the land, free the land. And Salaam Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And subhanakallah, hamdik wa shadi la ant wa astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. And we will